Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back. Glad you're here. Hope everybody had a great week. Hope you're planning on having a really good weekend. I always say, get on out there into the outside, breathe the fresh air, stuff like that. Wherever you can, when you can, because it's just a good thing for you, the soul, the body, and everything else. You got to take care of yourself. During these troubled times, if we don't take care of ourselves, of course, and those our loved ones and stuff. Uh, half the battle will be lost. So, but just saying, uh, we've got probably some hurt coming down the road. We all know the inflation is kind of going up the ladder here, and uh, economics is not looking all that great. It's probably going to go higher. It's going to be hard for a lot of people, and you're going to have to really pick and choose, what you buy and purchase, and using your fuel and whatnot. If you're one of these that have to work every day and you drive a long distance, you have to have fuel. So no matter what it goes to, you're still gonna have to buy it. It looks like it could go up. Um, I'm uncertain of what's going on in Iran. We're massing a whole bunch of troops, and I'm not sure where that's going to lead. Now, my own personal view is that if they're going to go ahead and take these islands, okay, I can support that and use that as a bargaining chip. If they're planning on actually putting boots on the ground in Iran proper, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't think we should be there personally. We would be sending, maybe 20, 30, maybe 40,000 troops up against 780,000 troops that Iran has. We'd be outnumbered almost 10 to 1. Not a good idea. It still would be a good idea. Yeah, we took care of their Air Force, and yeah, we took care of their Navy, and we're knocking out all these missile places and stuff like that, and drone launching systems. Still not enough, man. They have boots on the ground, and they have enough boots on the ground that would probably not be really good for us to be there. Like I said, taking the islands, that's one thing. We can take the islands, hold the islands, no problem. Going into Iran, be, to me, a bad idea. Uh, I will support my troops no matter what they do because they didn't ask to be there, but, you just got to kind of, I don't know, I guess I hear that the House decided to not fund DHS again. Why? I don't know. They think they don't want to fund the Border Patrol or ICE, but they keep forgetting that the Border Patrol and ICE are already funded through 2029. So they're getting paid. So what's the deal, right? Why are they hurting all these people? No reason. There's no reason for them to do this. But some things you got to know and get, maybe be prepared for, which is the reason why we get ready and, stock up stuff, food shortages, right? Supply lines with the gasoline going up, with crazies going on everywhere and people demonstrating and all this stuff, voting for the bad guys. It's not good. It's not good for America. We're an empire. Whether you want to call it that or not, we're an American empire, and we are on our decline. And there's nothing you or I can do about it. It happens. Some empires live long, long, long lives, and some, kind of don't. And the way things are going here, we've reached the top, and now we're on a decline. How long it takes to get to the bottom, who knows? But there's just, you could have trouble, which is why you prepare for food shortages, like I said, or supply lines could be diminished. Could be a lot of reasons why. Drought, excessive heat, like I said, the high price of gas could hinder transportation of food and goods and services. Some things you still are going to have to look for and need. You're going to need emergency power because power failures, because we have some massive heat. We're already seeing the heats way ahead of the time, way ahead of schedule for being as hot as it is, especially in the Midwest. And even where I'm at here today, it's like 85 degrees here today. I am in the South, granted, but it's not quite supposed to be so hot quite this early, not this hot. And then you go from back and forth. Like last week we had 50 degrees, even 40 degrees, down in the 30s at night. But back in 85, almost 90 today. I mean, that's, some differences. And we have to, adjust for all that, for water shortages and stuff, electrical grids, like I said, they could go down. If we're living on the coastlines, you've got hurricane season coming up, storms, there's possible earthquakes. We have a lot of sun disturbance, right? Electromagnetic fields that are being disrupted and stuff. And that could come down, could cause people to have headaches and stuff like that. So, you want to make sure you have your medical stuff, your over-the-counter stuff that you need. There's just a whole lot of issues that's going on, and it seems weird because it's all going on at the same time, right? Like I said, gasoline prices are going to be over $4 a gallon. They probably are in some states. That's high. Still not quite as high as it was for the last administration, but we're getting there. Hopefully, if we can get this thing under control in Iran quick enough, the prices will definitely come down some, but we all know that it's faster going up than it is coming down on prices. So we just got to hang in there. But that's why you got to prepare for this stuff, because we don't know what's going to happen, Like I said, there could be all kinds of problems popping up here within this summer and stuff. So we got to be ready. There could be mobs of crazies out on the streets and stuff because it's going to be too hot. When it gets too hot, people go Looney Tunes. I'm just saying, you got teenagers taking over certain cities, certain times of day or night, and they're causing trouble, having shootouts and all stuff. So I'm just saying, wherever you live, watch your back when you go out and about, no matter what time of day or night it is, So, but these are just a few things to prepare for, you got to make sure you got your bases all covered. Like I said, with your medicines and your food and water, able to purify water and stuff like that, very important. Having some of this stuff somewhere in order you can spend, to buy things and whatnot, that's also important too. If you can have capital in your house, some finances, it's good to have. It's also good for gold and silver and stuff because paper money is probably not going to last forever. We all know it. It'll last for a while, but having your assets diversified is a good idea. So that's all I'm saying, for this Friday. We got some peril coming our way, and it's good to be all ready for it. So that's all I'm saying. So I hope everybody enjoys the weekend. I really do. There's really nothing but love for you guys. I truly mean it. Thanks for stopping by. It's really great to hear you and talk to you and stuff. So until next time, y'all be careful, be good, cover your back, and we'll talk to you later.